Hi everybody, looks like we're live on PumpFun. We are live on Telegram and we are live on X as well. Great, so I'm just going to wait for a few minutes just to see if we get a few more joiners. Fantastic. Great, I'm just going to keep an eye on the socials as well to see if anyone is asking any questions. Cool, alright. This will be a short stream today, but then I said that yesterday and it ended up being a 30-minute stream, so I'll try and stick to actually a short stream today since it is Sunday after all. But it's day 8. This is the week anniversary of the launch of UpScalp. So the token has been live for a week. The product has been available to the public for a week as well. Uh, Great. It's a really, really good week, I think, in the end. What I'm mostly going to do today is just look at the Jira board that I set up, which is a Kanban board, just to talk about the progress since yesterday's live stream. So basically 23 hours or so ago. I think we did it at 1700 UTC yesterday. So yeah, about close to 24 hours. What work have I done since then? I'll just talk about that. Let's see how we're doing for numbers before I begin. Cool. Okay, we got a few people on Telegram. On PumpFun, good. And let me just check on how we're doing here on X as well. Okay, Grant, we'll begin. So just to stick to a small topic, I guess, for today, just to make sure that this is actually a short stream for once instead of a longer one. I'm just going to go back to this board. So as I was telling people in the Telegram group today, I figured out a way to make this board public, which is what I built it for. It's I can track this stuff here, but I really wanted to get things down on a page here where I could actually share it with the community too, and you can watch the progress here. But interestingly enough, since the last time I used Jira, which would be 5 years ago, they've removed the ability to publicly share boards. And I was looking at the Jira forums today. I was looking at the feature request for Jira itself. And it turned out that a lot of people are unhappy that they've removed this. It's a very strange move by them because I remember companies back in the day when I used to look at Jira boards. This was a very, very common thing to do, and especially to have things like feature request forums as part of Jira too. So a public Jira or even a public as part of your customer care or customer support using a Jira board was such a common thing to do, and I know a lot of companies had that. So it's a really weird move Atlassian to remove this feature, but the good thing is that there is extensions in the Jira marketplace, and I was able to find one that does the job for us. So it doesn't look quite as nice as Jira. I've lost the nice upscale background that I've added there is gone. But at least with this one, I'll be able to give you a shareable link, and you can watch the progress of the project live in real time. So this is the link here. I think I shared it on Twitter earlier on, and I shared it in Telegram as well. So if you're interested in watching live updates as I work on this project, as I build in public, this is where you will see the updates. So I just wanted to talk about, for this brief live stream that we're going to do today, I'm going to talk about what I did today. So what I did today is from the ideas column here. This is like the concepts which are only research based at this time and not actually, I haven't really started work on them. I moved two things out of that. So this per direction independent position sizing, basically this was what I was seeing is I automate so much of the strategy selection at any given time, and the time frames tie strategies to time frames that they do better and do worse, and enable and disable them accordingly. I was also noticing that at certain times, and in certain types of market, different strategies do better than others. So some of them are on the edge. I don't really want to disable them. They're on that limit of like they're still say 50%, maybe 55% success rate or win rate, and I don't want to disable them entirely. But maybe because this is not quite the right market for them or the right time for them, I want to automatically resize the positions, maybe reduce the position by 40%. So a 40% smaller stake for this strategy during this time frame or during these market conditions. So I've been doing that. We have over 30 strategies. So the issue there is it's again refining this for each individual strategy. Not all of them will need it. This is the thing, because in within those 30 strategies, some of them are quite rare. They only fire in very, very specific market conditions. But then there are some workhorse strategies as well that fire a lot. So it'd really be for them adapting the stake that the API bot. Oh, sorry, I should actually add that in there. That's the API bot. That's an API bot feature. So I always tag them as API bot, just so it's clear that that's a feature for that bot. So within that, then I want to, for these workhorse strategies that fire a lot, automatically adjust the sizing to increase or decrease depending how the market conditions and the time frame, etc., suits that strategy. So that's the first one there. Then this is just another one, centralized state management. So just through the nature of how this product has been built, it's like a minimal viable product, an MVP. And just because I've been building it that way, there is a bit of a sprawl in the code at times. And I did have multiple runtime files that control how the bot actually works in the moment. So this is like, for example, user settings. So each user in UpScalp Premium actually can configure the bot for themselves. They have about 12 different settings that they can control for themselves, and they're per user. That's just one example. For the API bot, then the API bot probably has about 50 different, 45 to 50 different settings that I can set up for my risk framing for what I want to choose as the conditions that trades fire. So again, that was another runtime file. So basically, I had a bunch of these, and just best practices to not do that, and to be more efficient with the way that you're managing the live state of your bot. And basically, the main issue is that when you have many files controlling many bits of your product, that you have the risk that various parts of the bot will override other parts of the bot. So you have a thing called a race condition. Race condition is where they're basically competing. So there ends up being a competition to write the data or update the data in a file. Not ideal. So again, this is just something of progressing the bot to an even more stable position. It's pretty stable at the minute, and I haven't had any issues because of this, but this is just something good to do in advance of issues happening. So I moved them into the to-do. They'll be on my list for this week, basically. In the in progress, did I move anything in there? No, but I moved a few things out of there. So I didn't move anything more into the in progress, but I did move a few things into testing. So I was talking yesterday about how shorts do extremely well in the API bot, but that longs are a little bit quiet. They don't really fire a lot at the minute. So what I wanted to do for them was work on refining the long strategies so that they work better with the API bot. So that's in testing now. I was also looking at some quality gate refinements per short strategy. And again, this is for the same reason I was describing with the automated adjustment of stake. Again, certain short strategies perform better or worse in certain conditions. So this is, again, refinement at a very, very small level, very fine grained, of the parameters that affect each short strategy on its own. And again, this is only really relevant for the short strategies that fire a lot. So it's just making them more efficient and optimizing, basically constant optimization. The same with the next one. As I said before, sorry, this should really be, again, these should be, API bot ones. These are not general bot, these are API bot. That's also one. And then so is the next one, actually. API bot. Again, related to the bot being quiet sometimes. In transition markets, when it's neither bear nor bull, so it's kind of in between, it's choppy, it's floating between the two of them. Again, the API bot is extremely quiet at the moment in these conditions. And to make this a well-rounded bot, a well-rounded product, I need to have it firing in more conditions. So it still needs to be profitable even in those quiet times. So again, it's looking for edges within that. So I have some optimization to try there to test. And as I said yesterday, the new signal delivery pipeline, This is to improve the speed that the signals get delivered to each user. That's in phase one testing for that at the minute. Cool. And what did I move into done as well? So yeah, the first one here is this is for the premium bot and the light bot. This is just for faster detection of when the market is starting to recover, because sometimes there was a lag. So the market would start to recover, but the bot may not be firing longs, for example, or the market, which I'm really talking about BTC driving the whole market. The whole market may have started to dip, so it's losing the trend. It's going downwards, and in that case, the bot was not detecting that quick enough as well. So again, it's improving that trend detection. And I have another idea for that. That'll be a much more significant implementation. So that's way down the line. I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. But that will also increase that even more. So it'll react to market shifts even faster in the future too. The other thing that I moved into the done today out of testing is this circuit breaker for shorts. So this was just, I guess it's really along the same lines again, reacting more efficiently to changes in the market, and especially for shorts, since I'm firing an awful lot of shorts at the minute. It's just making them even better by making sure that they react to trend shifts in the market better. Like if the market starts turning bullish, that there's a reaction, a faster reaction there. Just out of interest, if you are looking at these, I have put little descriptions in this. So here we are. Here we go. Automatically pauses trading direction when shorts rolling win rate drops too low. Yeah. So when the market has moved against shorts, just reacting to that faster. So basically, that's all I really wanted to do for this stream. I was going to keep it pretty short. Again, if you want to track this live yourself, there's a link here, and I put the link into Telegram and into Twitter as well on X. The link is there in a post. So yeah, you're able to actually track the work I do as I do it now from now on. So all I'm going to do is take a look at the various socials and see if anyone has any questions. So look at PumpFun first. If anyone's asking any questions. Okay, it's very, very slow. I might check Telegram while I'm waiting. No, doesn't look like there's any questions there. Let's just quickly check Telegram to see if there's any questions here. No, okay. Don't think there's any questions there. And I'll just check on X again. No, 10 viewers, but no questions. That's fine. Let's just check the notification just to see if it's a question. Nope, that's great. So not a lot of questions today. That's totally fine. I don't mind because it's Sunday. So I'm probably going to end the stream for today. Back to full steam tomorrow, but it is the weekend, so I'm going to probably take the evening off, I would think. But as you can see here, still so much to do. I'm also, as I should say, always constantly adding to this ideas column here as well. So there's always going to be new ideas. So if you're someone who likes to watch this and see it in progress, you will see more ideas get added to that column as I go along too. Okay, great. So I will just say a very short and sweet stream, 15 minutes today. Probably even a little bit longer than I thought I would do it, but 15 minutes is fine. Thanks very much for checking out the stream today. Delighted that you're able to make it. I hope that you will try out the UpScalp product, and I hope it's going to work out really, really well for you. So happy trading. Hope you have loads of really successful future trades from using UpScalp. Talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.